it's Lisa from My Dreaming Soap. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for popping in and spending some time on watching my video. Now, this technique is a technique, I saw some soaps on Instagram, and they're by a lady called Diane Schmid. I think that's how you say it, and now I'm going to really muck this up as well. From Seifenimglueck. I'm really sorry, Diane, I'm completely sure that's not how you say it. I'll put it here, and I'm going to put some links to anything I can find from Diane into my description below. Now, Diane has been doing some really cool techniques by using the pipe mould, so like the things you do in the drain pipes or the round bowls and that sort of stuff. And she's been really working on doing loads of really lovely soaps. And one of them she's done is sort of like a spiral swirl, by just spinning the mould round and round. And the soaps just looked so amazing, and I just thought, oh god, I wonder how easy that is to do, because she made it look really easy. Anyway, I thought, do you know what, I really want to have a go with that. So I contacted Diane and I asked her if she would mind if I had a go at making her soap design, and would she mind if I did a video with it? And she came back and she said, no, she'd love that, that's all great. So here I am doing it. But yeah, absolutely, please do. I'm going to link Diane's social media and everything I can find in my description below. So please do go over to Diane and sort of pay her some love back, because it's her that's created these amazing designs, and it is a really lovely technique. So come on, let's go and make some spirally soap. Now for this technique, I am actually going to have 4 goes. I'm going to do 4 little individual attempts at this technique, because I'm sure it's not going to go perfectly well straight away. I am going to gently mix all of the soap for each of these together first of all, just so I don't have to keep weighing out individual quantities. But I do want to get my batter quite loose, so I'm not going to take them all the way to the pouring stage, as it were. Okay, so this is my oil and my lye for all 4 of the containers, and I am going to just mix this together. It also has my sodium lactate in it. And I want this to stay nice and fluid, so I'm just going to literally just get it mixed by hand, and then I'm going to separate 1/4 of it off and then bring that to the emulsion and trace that I want and colour it, and then I can go back in and pour off more, remembering to stir it well, because this is just literally mixed, it's not even emulsified, so it will split out again. So I'm just going to go and weigh this and then split off 1/4 into this jug. Now for my fragrance oil, I'm using raspberry lemonade from Nature's Garden. I'm just going to pop that all in there together. And then I've got 2 little pots, one with some titanium dioxide in and one with some Red Riot from Mica Mama. It's not a red, it's much more of a deep pinky red, which I think is perfect for a raspberry lemonade. So again, I'm just going to take this and split it between these 2. So I've mixed up, or split off rather, a little bit of soap for this first attempt, and coloured it for my 2 colours. I've got my prepared mould. Now I have put a little bit, looks like quite a lot there, but it's not that sticky, of double-sided tape on the bottom of there, trying to get a balance between, I want this to stick on and not fling off, but I do also want to be able to remove it. So I'm just going to pop that on my little spinny wheel. Okay, that looks like it's pretty well in the centre. And then just a piece of cardboard cut to go in the middle. And then let's just pour these in. By having your cardboard nice tight fit, it does make it a little bit easier. It stops you having to worry too much about it flopping from side to side. Now I'm just going to clean these little spills off, because I don't want to fling that soap all over myself. Right, I have no clue how fast I'm supposed to spin this, how long I'm supposed to spin it for. We're just going to have a go and see what's what. Okay, so I'm going to leave that first one there. I span it quite a lot, but I kind of got to the point that as I was spinning it, I was just spinning and not getting anything more than this sort of just one single swirl. It may be the sudden jolt that actually gets this moving. The other thing I don't know, because I've not done this before, is I don't know what the batter's doing inside, so whether I've got this swirl like this or whether I've got more spirals. So I'm going to leave that one like this, and then obviously it'll be a nice test that when we cut these open, is it that's on the top is mirrored all the way through, or is there more design inside? So I'm going to carry on doing these. I've got 4 of them that I can have a go at and see if we can learn as we go along. So I'm just going to take this off. And then I'll be back with my next ones and we'll maybe spin in a different way and see what we can learn from this.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors.
Okay, so a little bit more of a spiral going through there. Maybe my batter's a little bit thick. I mean, it's barely at a trace, so I can't imagine that can be the problem. I've definitely got a spiral coming, and certainly it didn't seem to be keeping it rotating for a long time. It seemed to be when you give it an extra push, that sort of makes the soap move round a little bit more. But certainly that's what I'm finding anyway. Right, so let's try again.
I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself.
Okay, I think I'm kind of getting the idea. What I was doing there is, because my turntable's quite heavy, so it will spin a long time on its own. So what I was doing is I was spinning, and then with this hand under here, I was just adding a little bit of friction to the turntable to slow it down gradually, so it just didn't keep on spinning. And then I could then give it another little shove, and that sort of has got me more of a spiral. I guess I just worry that where I keep jerking it, as it almost were, to get it going, whether that's going to give me a nice smooth design all the way through. It still looks nice and smooth on the top, so hopefully so. Hopefully it's not got all sort of jerky and funny lines in the middle. These really look like raspberry ripple ice creams, don't they? Okay, so last go. I liked my last technique, so I'm going to try that again. This is getting a little bit thicker now, so maybe a bit more problematic.
I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Just tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire.
Right, so this is the last one that I've got now, and my batter here is a tiny bit thicker. It's still not really at much of a trace. And what I experimented with this one is not letting it spin around too long and then slowing it down, but I still kept it spinning in that direction. I didn't want it to ever stop and start reversing the swirl. And I did lots of short little pulls, and definitely it's that, for me anyway, for the point you go ooh, and pull it, seems to encourage it to go round. So this one, I'm just going to let it naturally, now I've finished with it, come to its final stop. Because what I don't want is, I don't want to force it to a stop, you know, and sort of have the soap go that way and suddenly hit the brakes and maybe come back. I may be overthinking this, you never know. So I'm going to let that one come to a stop. And then what I'm going to do as normal is take all 4 of them. I'm going to keep them in the order that I did them, and so therefore when we cut them, we can see if there's a difference in what we get inside. So I'm just going to pop those, and we'll cut them tomorrow and see what we've got inside. So here are swirly soaps the next day, and I was just about to start unmoulding, and I thought, people always ask about unmoulding from tubes. I never line mine. I think it can be recipe dependent, so I don't want to say it will always work if you don't line them. I do use a good quality acrylic. Here, I don't use extruded acrylic. I use, what do they call it? I can't remember. Maybe I'll add it to the video if I see it, or I'll think of it as I'm pushing these out. And I've just made a plunger that fits inside my acrylic tube, and I just push mine through. Now, it's not the easiest thing in the world, I must admit, but I don't ever put them in the freezer or the fridge or anything. I think they call it die-cast acrylic, I think mine is called, rather than, it's definitely not extruded acrylic. Okay, so there's our 4 little swirls. As we can see, they're not swirled right at the bottom, so it'll be interesting to see what's going on in the middle there. Okay, so let's go and get these cut. So I'm going to cut these in the order that we made them, so we can think about the technique that I used each time. So I'm just going to, I've got a little sort of, it goes in a little bit, this bar, so I'm just going to try and even it off a bit. That's better. Bottom's not too bad. So I'm just going to measure this one and cut it in half. Okay, so this was that first one. Remember with the first one, I just tried to keep the turntable going round and round and round and round and round. And I couldn't seem to get the swirl on the top. So it'll be interesting to see if we've got a swirl inside or just that sort of yin-yang symbol or whatever you call it. Okay, yeah, so can you see there? I still really like it, but it didn't give us the swirl all the way through. So that was where I just literally tried to keep a constant speed on the turntable. And I didn't keep pulling it, as it were, and giving that extra pull. But still a really pretty soap. I do really like it. So let's see what we've got in this one. Yay! That's definitely got the curl going all the way round with that. God, they're so pretty, and I love the way that's so smooth. That's such a Diane. This is such a lovely technique. I think it's really amazing. You are a clever girl. Gosh, it's so cool. Again, this was the last one where I really concentrated on letting it slow down, if you remember, and pulling it and starting to pull it again. Yay! It has got my swirl going all the way through, and I think with that technique of the allowing it to slow down without it stopping, so you keep the soap going around the same way, allowing it to slow, and then having to pull it and start it again. I think if I'd done that one earlier on with maybe the thinner trace, then I would have got more and more rings. But it's so cool, isn't it? I do really like it. It's just amazing how those rings are just so perfect, aren't they? I mean, you can do that just swirling it with a stick.
And then as normal, I'll just leave you with this final picture of the soap. I like both of these. The one on the left was the one where I tried to keep the turntable just going at a consistent speed. And the more swirly one on the right is where I allowed it to slow down and then gave it another pull. I'm not sure if that's the way that you're supposed to do it. Overall, this whole video was just about experimenting and trying to recreate the soaps that I'd seen. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you like the soap. If you have, it would be great if you gave me a thumbs up. And why not consider subscribing to my channel if you'd like to see what I'm making in the future. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Happy soaping!